though they are the ones who's not putting in 100%, yeah, though they are the ones who's not putting in all of their hard work, attention and effort. And this is basically to garner sympathy. This is basically to, you can say, fuel their ego, yeah, fuel that image that they project, that is the victimhood, yeah, someone who has been victimized. So hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about the different ways covert narcissistic parents manipulate their children and maintain control and play victim at the same time. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So covert narcissistic parents are, very different from grandiose narcissistic parents. Yeah, covert narcissistic parents are those narcissistic parents who, play victim. Yeah, they are never out of the victimhood. Yeah, they are forever trapped, yeah, in that state. Yeah, they are forever the victim. Yeah, no matter what you do, for them, to uplift them, to empower them, or to, improve their condition, they are forever the victim somehow or the other. Yeah, and that's how they operate, that's how they guilt trip their victims, that's how they, guilt trip and control their children. Yeah, that's their way of operating. Yeah, by playing victim. Grandiose, behave in a different way. Coverts, play victim, someone who's needy, someone who needs to be rescued, someone who has been betrayed and wronged by the entire world. People, don't see the goodness in them. People simply use them and leave them. People betray them. You know the drill. Yeah, they are forever the victim. Yeah. So covert narcissistic parents, take help of a lot of things. Yeah, and they do this so that, they can have better control over their victim, in this case their children. And this is because covert narcissistic parents really don't want to lose their source of supply. Yeah, I mean, in this case their children, they bred you for a purpose and reason, and they want you to fulfill, their expectations anyhow. Yeah, so they are going to be forever the victim. They are going to be forever the martyr. They are going to be the one who suffered a lot for you. They are the ones who's going to be, someone who has endured a great deal of things just because of you, to raise you, to, get good food and get your studies and everything. They have sacrificed and suffered a lot. And the best part, they're going to keep you reminded of all the things they do for you. Healthy parents don't do that, because parents decide to bring you in this world and it's their duty. They are, obligated to do things for you. Yeah, but when we look at narcissistic families, narcissistic parents have a lot of, weird things up their sleeve to control, manipulate, and guilt trip their children. So covert narcissistic parents are going to keep on reminding the things they have done for you. They are going to keep on, narrating the martyr story, the victim story to you. Yeah, and that's how they parentify you. That's how they establish emotional incest. Yeah, and that's how they have better control over you. So what is the first way that these covert narcissistic parents, maintain control and manipulate their children? The first way is, by self-sabotage. So, these narcissistic parents might, self-sabotage their own endeavors and relationships, and then they will blame the others, or they are going to blame you. Yeah, so they are going to, not pay attention to things. They are not going to take things seriously, because they want, someone to be blamed, for the things that is happening with them. Yeah, they might not put in 100% effort, yeah, in the things they do or in their relationships. They simply want, to blame others. Yeah, so if anything goes south or if anything messes up, they are simply going to either blame you or the others. Yeah, though they are the ones who's not putting in 100%, yeah, though they are the ones who's not putting in all of their hard work, attention and effort. And this is basically to garner sympathy. This is basically to, you can say, fuel their ego, yeah, fuel that image that they project, that is the victimhood, yeah, someone who has been victimized. So they will, not take things seriously, and when they land up in trouble, they are going to blame you and the others. And this helps them, control their kids better. This helps them manipulate their kids. Yeah, this helps them, project the rest of the world as the villain, other relative as the villain, the sibling as the villain, the spouse as the villain. They're going to project everyone as the villain, and they are the ones who are suffering. Yeah, and they are suffering just because of you. Yeah, so everything goes back to them. Yeah, even if they have, got some problem at work, even if they have some problem with their, social circle, some way or the other, they are the victim, and they have endured all of this. In some ways it is because of you. Yeah, and they cook up a wonderful story. Yeah, they are, you can say, born storytellers. So covert narcissistic parents are big time into self-sabotage. They'll mess things, themselves, and then they are going to blame others. In some of the cases they are going to blame you, and this is basically to project themselves as the victim and someone who needs saving. Yeah, you remember the search and rescue mission, covert narcissist style of love bombing? So that's what these covert narcissistic parents do. Yeah, they will mess up things and they want you to be their savior. Mama, I'm going to do this. Dad, I'm going to do this. Yeah, and then you take up the role of their rescuer, and that's it, you're trapped. Yeah, you keep doing things for them, but you are simply unable to put a full stop to their suffering. Yeah, because all of it is a lie. Yeah, they are, playing, victim. They are not the victim, they are simply, playing that role, yeah, from a very long time. And that's the reason you can never, change their condition. Yeah, that's the reason you can never, alleviate them. Yeah, that's the reason you can never fix them, heal them and help them recover. Yeah, they are, victim. Some way or the other, because of someone or because of you, they are the ones who suffer. Yeah, that's how the storyline is. So narcissistic parents are big time into, using self-sabotage, and that is basically to project themselves as victim and have better control over you so that you become their rescuer. The next way covert narcissistic parents manipulate their children and play victim at the same time is by, faking illness and injury. So they might not be seriously injured or they might not be seriously ill, but they are going to exaggerate and make it look as if, they are in their last moment. Yeah, they are in their last hour. And this is basically to, you can say, garner sympathy and attention. Yeah, from their children and from their victim. And I mean, it's absolutely sick and bad and unhealthy, but these narcissistic parents really don't care. Yeah, I know of a narcissistic mother who, pretended to be as if she's on deathbed. Yeah, and then, she tricked, her son to come and rescue her. So her son was, staying, far away. So the son spent a great deal of money in traveling back to the mom and bringing her into the city and getting her medically evaluated and checked. And there was no health problem at all. Yeah. And also, I witnessed, that woman, behaving absolutely normal and okay whenever, there was some negative conversation happening. Yeah. All of the sickness was vanishing. She was just becoming absolutely fine. So narcissistic parents are into playing victim. Yeah, and they play victim by, faking sickness, illness and injury. Yeah, they are going to exaggerate and project as if they are just about to die, but they don't die. Yeah, that is basically to put you into that position. I mean, put their children in that position to be the rescuer. And that's it. And that's how they control and manipulate and keep their kids on hook. I'm not going to live long. I'm, you know, not feeling well. I think these are my last hours. All of that crap I have seen firsthand. Yeah. You know, with these covert narcissistic parents, and they really don't care if, you know, their children are, you know, losing things in their life because of them. They really don't care. They, you know, want attention. They want, you know, sympathy. So they will, you know, abruptly do anything. Yeah. And you know, they won't hesitate in faking, you know, illness, faking injury. I mean, I have gone through, you know, a lot of illness and injury, but you know, I somewhat hesitate in talking about it, or you know, seeking sympathy because of it. Yeah, I I suffered a lot because of COVID, and it was very serious. Yeah, trust me, when I say serious, it was really serious. But you know, I, you know, never thought of, you know, talking about it, or you know, um, collecting sympathy, you know, based on my sickness or whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, I, you know, have met with accidents as well in life. I never make it a conversation starter, or I never make it a point that, you know, I seek sympathy because of the accident or because of the illness that I have suffered or gone through. Yeah, I don't do that. But covert narcissistic parents are different. They are going to use anything and everything that they have up their sleeves to control and manipulate their children. So, covert narcissistic parents are into faking illness and injury, and they do this uh, so that they can, you know, garner some sympathy. They can, you know, garner some attention, and they get to control the child. Yeah, I'm your mother. I'm not feeling well. Come and rescue me. The son is leaving the job. The doctor is leaving the job, you know, paying double the fare and going and reaching out to the mother, and mother is, you know, fine in a week's time. Mother is fine in a couple of days, or maybe in a couple of hours. Yeah, so I have seen such cases. So I can tell you, covert narcissistic parents are very dangerous, very manipulative, and they are, you know, victims who are, you know, trapped in time. Yeah, they are forever victim. You can never change their situation. You can never change, you know, things in their life. They are forever victims. The next manipulation tactics that narcissistic parents use to play victim and control their kids better is by scapegoating objects or pets. So, you know, they are going to blame either the pet or some inanimate object, yeah, for their bad luck, for their bad health. Yeah, so I mean, if anything happens to them, they are the ones who's neglecting. Yeah, but they are going to scapegoat, you know, objects and the pet. It was because of this, you know, black cat, you know, I, you know, slipped and I, you know, fell and I am injured. It was because of this, you know, idol that was kept in this direction. All of the bad luck was, you know, happening. All of the problems were happening in the house. So narcissistic, I mean, covert narcissistic parents are sick, you know, beyond imagination. So they are going to scapegoat pets, they are going to scapegoat inanimate objects, and they are going to blame them for their suffering. Yeah, so if anything happens to them, they are going to, you know, blame and accuse the pet, or it was because of this picture that is in this position, this is bringing bad luck. Yeah, it was, you know, because of this person, you know, stopping me and asking me, bad luck is chasing. Yeah, so covert narcissistic parents, you know, have their own unique way to manipulate their children and, you know, control them. And one such way is scapegoating inanimate objects and the pets. Yeah, it was because of this pet, you know, I was so engrossed, I was so much into taking care of this and that, that I was neglecting my health. Yeah, they can, you know, come up with anything. Yeah, anything. You know, it can be the most absurd things, yeah, but they don't hesitate, yeah, because they want to play victim, and at the same time they want to have scapegoats around. So why not use the inanimate object? Why not let me blame the chair? It was because of this chair that I fall ill. It was because of this bed sheet color that bad luck is chasing me. It was because of this picture in this direction that nothing good is happening in my life. So yes, narcissistic parents are big time into playing victim and scapegoating objects and pets. The other way covert narcissistic parents manipulate and control their kid is by hoarding. So covert narcissistic parents might hoard possessions and resources, and then portray themselves as the victims, yeah, of deprivation and scarcity. So you might see that they are into hoarding things, and they are not going to address to that. Instead they are going to tell you, well, I see goodness in everything. I don't waste anything. I keep it. Yeah, this can be used for this can be used for that. And this is basically to garner sympathy. This is basically to manipulate the child, yeah, that I need to do a little more. Look at my mother. Oh, she's so innocent, and she's still saving this and this and this. She's still keeping this empty bottle so that she can use it to refill something or the other. Yeah, so narcissistic parents are into using hoarding to manipulate and control their children. This is basically to garner sympathy. This is basically to manipulate the child into doing more for them. Yeah, they project themselves as someone who has seen a lot of deprivation and scarcity, and they are into valuing every tiny thing. They keep it close, and they have accumulated all of this because they don't want to experience scarcity or depravity at any point in life. And this is basically to manipulate the child, so the child does more for them. Yeah, the child takes up the responsibility. It's all about search and rescue mission. Yeah, the child has to take the responsibility and do more things for the narcissistic parent. Yeah, so that these covert narcissistic parents feel accomplished. Yeah, and they are never out of that victim mode. Yeah, they are forever stuck in that victim mode. They are forever the victim no matter what you do for them. So yes, narcissistic parents use hoarding to manipulate and control their children. The other way covert narcissistic parents manipulate and control their children is with exaggerated vulnerability. So the narcissistic parents will project their vulnerabilities in the most exaggerated way possible, yeah, in front of their children. Well, I'm so innocent, and she lied to me, she cheated on me. Yeah, so they are going to project themselves as extremely vulnerable individuals who need constant care and protection. Yeah, so they might mistreat you, and then they will blame onto someone else. You know how it is. I really don't know all of these things. She said all of that. That's the reason I said and I treated you that way. I'm not to be blamed, it's them. Yeah, so this is how they establish control. This is how they manipulate their children. Yeah, they project themselves as someone who's very vulnerable, who needs extra care, attention, and protection. The other way covert narcissistic parents control and manipulate their children is by playing dead. So they might tell you that I'm on deathbed, I'm about to die, and this is basically to stir emotion and feelings in their children. And that's it. They simply want attention. They are there to use anything that is there to manipulate their children into serving them. So narcissistic parents, I mean covert narcissistic parents are big time into playing dead also. I have seen in some of the cases they will pretend as if they are about to die, someone who has suffered a lot and who's on his or her deathbed, and now the kid has to do a little more so that she sees good and leaves the earth on a good note. Yeah, but she or he doesn't die. Yeah, it's basically a trap to manipulate the child into doing more for the covert narcissistic parent. The other way covert narcissistic parents manipulate and control their children is with false accusations of victimhood. So, covert narcissistic parents may fabricate or exaggerate, incidents where, they perceive, themselves as victims of injustice and mistreatment. Yeah, they are going to project themselves as the victim in some family dispute or in some family fight or in some social setup. They were the ones who were mistreated, and they were the ones, who were not treated right, and they are the ones who are suffering, and then they are going to, add in salt and pepper and bring more people on their side. Yeah, and gang up against the other. So narcissistic parents, are into, uh, falsely accusing others. Yeah, because they want to, garner sympathy, and they want people to be on their side even if they are wrong. Yeah, and they don't spare their kids. Yeah, so narcissistic parents are big time into, parentifying their children. Yeah, they keep, telling lies, they keep narrating all those, sad stories where they were brutalized, antagonized by, their partner or this grandmother or that auntie. Yeah, narcissistic parents, I mean covert narcissistic parents, are expert in accusing others. Yeah, even though they are the bad one, they are the evil ones, they are the ones who's, causing the entire problem and ruckus. But they have their own unique ways of playing victim and accusing the others. Yeah, and bringing people on their side by playing victim. Yeah, by being the martyr who suffered so much and still suffering. So everyone comes together, let me empower her, let me empower him, and the work is done. Yeah, the child also, falls trap, to such drama, to such manipulation, and the child also, makes it his or her mission. Yeah, to help mom, to rescue mom. Yeah, to make mom experience better. But mom, chronically, plays victim. Mom is forever trapped in that role, dad is forever trapped in that role. They can never come out of that victim state no matter what you do. Yeah, that's basically to keep you and others on hook. Covert narcissistic parents are also, into um, playing the martyr, and this helps them, manipulate and control their kids better. And they do this by projecting themselves as the martyr. I suffered all of this just because of you. Nobody was by my side. I, was all alone. I endured all of this. I went through all of it just because of you. Yeah, I wanted to give you a good life. I wanted to, make you experience good things. They are going to, keep a track record of everything they have done, and they're going to make sure that they start telling you uh, from an early age. They won't wait till the time you are adult or, you are a grown up. They won't wait. Yeah, they are going to keep telling you from an early age. Yeah, and this is basically to, project themselves as the victim, project themselves as the martyr who has suffered a lot, and now you have to, do a lot of things for me. Yeah, so that's how they parentify the child, by projecting themselves as the martyr, as the victim, someone who has suffered, and nobody sees their, suffering. Nobody, values the sacrifices they have made. Yeah, so this is basically to make the, child take up the role of their rescuer. So the child then takes up the role. I'm going to validate all of the sacrifices that you have done. I'm going to do things for you. Don't worry, if world is unable to see your sacrifices, I'm able to see it. Yeah, and I'm going to do things for you. So covert narcissistic parents have their own unique way of manipulating and, controlling their kids, and they do this by playing the martyr. And the last way, covert narcissistic parents control and manipulate their children is by creating drama and chaos. Covert narcissistic parents have this ability of creating drama and chaos out of thin air. Yeah, they are expert. So out of nowhere, they'll start crying, they'll start howling, and they'll tell you, well, you never listen to me, and you have got no idea what I have gone through. I feel so stuck, I feel so miserable. You hardly care about my feelings and emotions. And the kids might be wondering what exactly happened. Everything was all right, everything was fine. Yeah, yesterday was all okay, and what happened all of a sudden? And this is, basically to, garner, attention. Yeah. So narcissistic parents are, going to create chaos and drama out of nowhere. Yeah, for no valid or justified reasons. They're going to create a scene, and this is basically, you know uh, to, get all that attention and validation. Yeah, by playing victim, all of a sudden they'll start crying, all of a sudden, they will start, ignoring you. Yeah, so that, when you ask them, then they are going to, tell you, you have got no idea, what I have gone through. Nobody really cares about me. Yeah. So, narcissistic parents have their, own unique ways. I mean, covert narcissistic parents have their own unique ways, yeah, of creating drama and chaos. If you are doing something for them and they don't like it, yeah, they're not going to tell you directly. Yeah, there is no room for open and direct communication. They are not going to directly tell you that they don't like it. Yeah, they're going to um, tell you, by crying. They are going to tell you by making a sad face, well, yeah, that's what I deserve in the end. Look at their son, what he does, and look what you are doing. This is what I deserve. I'm not like her. I'm not a good mother like her. I don't deserve anything better. It's okay, it's okay, leave it. This is what is, written in my fate and destiny. So narcissistic, I mean, covert narcissistic parents are expert manipulators. Yeah, they are born with this, PhD degree. Yeah, in manipulating and playing victim. Yeah, nobody can beat them. Yeah, so, yes, these were a couple of, ways these covert narcissistic parents, play victim, and at the same time, control their kids. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Don't ignore the red flags. Please prioritize yourself and work on yourself, and trust me, at some point you will have to let go of your narcissistic family, narcissistic partner, or narcissistic parents. Otherwise, you are never going to soar, you are never going to fly, you are never going to succeed in life. And that's something which I'm telling you with my own experience. Yeah. So yes, please take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.